Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Make sure you smash that like button if you just joined the stream. That'll be very much appreciated. I hope everybody had a great and beautiful Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of September. So smash that like button right now. Hit that like button. Let me welcome everybody to the stream. Good morning, by the way. Good morning. Welcome to Phil Tomlinson, The Universe, Leonel, K. Sava, Hung Young, J Max, Rai Guy Parker, ICU, Tanisha, Ronaldo, Ivis, Young Tran, X Saint, MC, Peru, BKF Moto, Punk Skater, Paul S, OM Bassett, Grant Welch, and Paul Gurnett. Welcome to the stream. Like usual, if I just named you, then make sure you smash that like button right here, right freaking now. A lot of people have been saying, Gara, please wear the red shirt, please wear the green shirt. Well, I'm wearing a white hoodie right now. I just felt like doing that. So yeah, it's also a little there's a bit of wind coming in here, so it's a bit of, let's say it's a little cool. It's a cool air that's hanging out here. But yeah, what's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. Let's see what's happening with the markets, right? So yesterday we said there's a high probability that because of the Fed potentially saying that the tapering is going to be delayed, and everybody's anticipating that the tapering could be delayed, that the markets were going to bounce. And that's what we're seeing right here. We have hit the support levels on all the indices, on the NASDAQ, on the S&P. You can see this right here. And the S&P, this is what we drew yesterday after the stream, by the way. I said it was going to bounce potentially. It's bouncing up 0.75%. Although it's not a very strong move, this is definitely not bad. I think this could end up becoming a larger move to the upside, you know, if we give it some time, right? It hit the 100-day moving average. You can see that right here on the daily chart. On the weekly chart, we're right at that 20-day moving average. So that looks very promising, right? If Jerome Powell does not delay the tapering, then we are in for a world of hurt. We're going to see stocks go down substantially because the accommodative environment that we had has been one of the big reasons why stocks have been able to climb so much higher. And so right now, we're just hoping that Jerome Powell's not going to do something crazy. And we're going to cover the whole FOMC press conference in about 5 hours from now, right? I think it's 8:30 for me. It's 2:30 for everybody else in America. 2:30 Eastern Time, PM, right? 2:30 PM. And we're going to be covering that. It is going to be super exciting. Looking at the Russell also hit significant support. It hit the 200-day moving average on the daily chart. We didn't hit anything on the weekly. Interesting. That is interesting, right? We didn't hit any significant support. Although there is a support right in this zone. We haven't hit the 50-day moving average on the Russell. Let me check what's happening with the Dow Jones. Quickly going to check what's happening with the Dow Jones. Dow Jones also up 0.6%. Interesting. Yeah, what I would say at the moment is that we don't fully know that this correction is over. We have some signals that we've hit support levels on the indices. Nothing is sure. This could very well still be a 10% correction if we don't see good news come out of Jerome Powell today. So we're going to have to see what happens there. Can't make any conclusions right now. The 10-year right now is heading up 0.3%. The dollar is heading up slightly as well. Cryptos are bouncing back up after the massive downturn that we've seen yesterday and the day before that. Like I said, cryptos are still in the bear market. A lot of people thought that was not the case, but I still think that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano are going to come down lower. And we're just going to have to wait until that happens. I will be picking up more Bitcoin once we reach the $30,000 range. That's going to happen at some point in the future. Ethereum, same story. I'll be picking up some Ethereum around 2,000 once we get there. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time until we get there. Cardano would be a nice buying opportunity around $1. And yeah, we're going to have to see if that happens. If it doesn't happen, then it's okay. You know, there are many, many buying opportunities in the stock market. But I do think we're going to see lower prices on crypto. Mainly because, well, look at this. MACD's crossing on the weekly chart. Look at that. On the weekly chart. Last time that happened, well, remember what happened, right? Remember what happened the last time the weekly chart crossed. Well, same for Bitcoin. Weekly chart is about to cross on the MACD here. That is looking phenomenal. Looks like we're going to get a proper buying opportunity. Coinbase is going to suffer if that happens. We could see that $210, $220 range for Coinbase again. Very short term. So looking forward to that. That should be awesome. Now, looking at what's happening here with Tesla. Tesla's going up. Like I've said before, looks like Tesla's going to keep on moving up because we have the Q3 deliveries coming up for Tesla stock. So Tesla's still heading up. There we go. Wouldn't be surprised if Tesla actually fills the gap to 758 either today or tomorrow. I think today could be most probable because we also have the whole thing going on with Jerome Powell. Because if Jerome Powell today comes out and says, hey, we're going to be tapering in December or January or something around those lines, then guess what happens? Tesla's going to go up. Many stocks are going to go up. A lot of growth stocks are going to benefit from this. So you can see the growth stocks are actually going up the most right now. Growth stocks going up 1% right now, while the Nasdaq is up 0.68%. Which is interesting, to say the least. And if we take a look at what's happening with the Chinese EV stocks, XPeng is up a percentage point, Li Auto is up a percentage point, NIO is up a percentage point, Lucid Group another 3.3% to the upside. What is this? This is insane. I knew that the news was positive, but this is getting out of hand. This is getting out of control. Lucid is going to retest the resistance zone around 28. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens indeed. I think we're going to fail. I think we're going to hit 28 and we're going to fail. Go back down. We'll see what happens though. C3.ai is up 0.75%, sitting at 47.1. Palantir sitting at 26.77, up 0.5%. Snowflake is up 0.4% right now. I really dislike Snowflake at this point. It's just so incredibly overvalued. One second. I'm gonna have to quickly grab a tissue right here. One moment. All right. Now, let's take a look at what's happening with some of these stocks down here. BNGO is still sitting at 5.2, up 2% in the pre-market. I am telling you, BNGO is looking very, very sweet. It's sitting at a support zone. MACD's crossing on the 4-hour. Daily chart still negative, but I would argue that we're getting significant discounts on BNGO. Same story with Nano Dimension. It's about to hit that support zone. Looking significantly better than what we've seen before. I would argue that both Nano Dimension and BNGO are looking prime for a rally as growth stocks are going to rally. So we would see it go back to much higher levels over the coming months. Keep in mind, Nano Dimension has a bunch of capital laying on their balance sheet. They've got, I think it was about $1.4 billion on their balance sheet. So, I mean, I would say it's a whole market cap is just in pure cash. So, Nano Dimension is looking pretty good. So long as they don't dilute their shares, which I don't think they're going to dilute their shares at this point. That would be a little crazy, given the fact that they already have like 1.4 billion on the balance sheet. So we're just waiting for that to happen. Recovery stocks, what's happening to the recovery stocks? Up slightly a percentage point across the board. See what's happening to Nvidia. Nvidia up a percentage point. We said it was going to go down. It did go down. AMD was going to go down, also went down. up 0.5%. Nvidia was up 0.7%. Big banks are up a percentage point as well. I think that's because of the 10-year going up. No, 10-year is actually going flat right now. So they're just going up because we probably hit support levels on these big banks. Let's take a look at what's happening with the Chinese stocks. I think that is very interesting because Chinese stocks have been just going down and down. Alibaba is up 1.2%. It hit the support level of 150, which if you take a look at the historical prices for Alibaba, and keep in mind Alibaba is down 52.7% from the top. This is a support range. You can see this right here. We've hit this level, then we bounced up. We have hit this level, bounced up right there, same story right there, and just kept going up right after. And the only time that we really breached this level was back in 2018, and that was back when the Federal Reserve started tightening their monetary policy, I believe. And that's when we got that 130. Right, so we got to $130, and keep in mind the fundamentals of Alibaba, they're still looking very, very good. It's not like the company is doing worse. The company is doing way better than back here, for example. That's 2017, but we're sitting at the same price that same prices that we've seen in 2017. That's 4 years ago. Keep that in mind. 4 years ago, back then, Alibaba had 37.7 billion in revenue. In 2020, that was 105 billion, net income of 22 billion. And keep in mind, we're in 2021, and we only have a couple more months left for this year. And I think Alibaba is going to have about 130 billion of revenue, maybe even more than that. So that's a significant difference. Yes, yet we're still seeing the same stock price, which I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, given the current situation with China, it does make sense short term, but longer term, I don't think we're going to be sitting at these prices. So we're going to have to see what happens. The stock is already moving up in the pre-market. On the, I think there was some positive news about Evergrande, where they're going to be able to make their payments on their debt. So that's good news coming from Evergrande in China. Let's see what's happening with DIDI. I think DIDI's suffering from the same stuff, Evergrande situation, and on top of that is being cracked down by the Chinese governments. So yeah, DIDI filled the gap. Looks like we're bottoming out. Could bottom out at any second. If we do bottom out, I think we're heading straight to $9. So it's going to be a matter of time at this point. We got a $50 donation coming in here from Peru Invest. Thank you so much. Peru says DMYI merger close on 28th with IONQ, the world's first pure quantum computing play. IONQ from Maryland, and so do I. Yeah, I've been watching this stock in the past when you've donated. DMYI merger with IONQ. I think it's very promising. I do think it's going to perform quite well. Mainly because people love these buzzwords, right? It's the quantum computing that's going to bring this up. Let's check DMYI for a second. Also, make sure you hit the like button. If you just joined, smash that like button right now. Let's get to 100 likes right here, right now. Let's get there. We've got 20 minutes until the market opens up. And I'll be starting a poll right now. Here we go. Also, make sure you let me know in the chat which stocks you'd like me to cover. Let me know in the chat. Type it out. And I'm actually quite curious. Will Chinese stocks bounce today? I think today is better. There we go. Okay, so DMYI. Sitting about $10. Merger is going to be coming up soon. Merger close on the 28th. I mean, I truly do believe that this is going to do good. I do think so. This is one of the only quantum computing pure plays in the market, and I'm very, very bullish on the pure plays that are out there. Hey, C3.ai is kind of a pure play as well, but then in AI. I think it looks like if we get to see a spike, we would initially, hit that $11. If we break, I think the sky is the limit. So yeah, I'm bullish on this. I'm actually gonna follow what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna add this to the watch list. I'm actually quite curious. I might add some shares today because it's sitting at a relatively cheap price, right? DMYI. I think I think that was the wrong one. No, okay, it's the right one. Added it to the list, up 0.4%. This could be doing good. There's also another SPAC that I'd like to cover, GGPI, Goris Guggenheim. I want to have that one in the list as well, because that's the one with Polestar. I think Polestar's, that merger could be incredible. So, yeah, so far not a whole lot happening. You know, there was a lot of excitement in the beginning. I mean, remember what happened in January and February, all the SPAC excitement that there was. I think that's going to come back in the coming months, and when it does, we will see this stock jump significantly. We're not going to see the same kind of spikes that we saw back then. I don't think it's going to happen. We definitely see it go up 10, 20, 30% in just one go, as people realize that this is just incredibly undervalued at the current price. And I would say it's mostly going to be the hype that's going to carry the stock higher. Oh, that was a lot of noise. So waiting for that on the 28th. Yeah, thank you for letting me know that this was going to be happening the 28th, Perry. That is going to be pretty great. Let's see. Let's check in Uber right now. Uber, oh my god, Uber is going up another 2 percentage points. That is crazy. What the hell's happening there? It's like, it just keeps on jumping. I mean, it's positive, right? I've bought some Uber myself, but didn't expect it to go up this fast. Uber up 2%, sitting at 45.3. Robinhood is up 2% as well, sitting at 43.1. Netlist is kind of flat right now. SoFi up another 4%. Look at that. Been very bullish on SoFi. SoFi up 4%. UiPath down 1.3%. That is confusing. Virgin Galactic up 0.5%. Pretty much all the stocks, all the U.S. equities that we cover, all of them doing pretty good. Helion is flat. Chinese stocks flat. At least that's what I'm seeing here. DIDI up 1%. Baba up 1%. Nothing too significant there. Yeah, I just made a poll asking you guys, will the Chinese stocks bounce today? 48% of people said yes, and 52% are saying no. I think they're most likely going to be bouncing. Most likely. If they don't bounce today, they're not going to bounce. It'll be confusing. Bitcoin is bouncing. Ethereum is bouncing 7.2%. Cardano 7.4%. People are buying the dip like crazy. That is nutty. 10 years about to go negative as well. Russell's starting to come back down. We have the Nasdaq starting to come back down. What's happening with the S&P? Let me guess. It's also heading downwards. Yeah, slightly, right? So slightly heading down. Would be funny if everything dumps on market open, like it usually does on these kind of market corrections. U.S. oil is going up a percentage point. That is nice. And Doge, look at Dogecoin. It got absolutely wrecked. Yeah, Elon stopped talking about Dogecoin. That's why it's wrecked. Tesla is still sitting at 743.7. We're not seeing it really move much higher. Lucid Group is sitting at 27.72. I don't think it's going to hold up. Like I said, it might spike a little further and then come back down. But I think it's going to come back down. There's no way around this. There is an event coming up on the 27th. I think it was regarding their deliveries. But yeah, in my opinion, we've seen most of the gain for Lucid Group, and it's going to take a bit of a break, short term. I mean, look at this. It's incredibly overbought, and people are buying like crazy, to be frank. People are buying like absolutely crazy. Look at the historical MACD, right? So MACD generally doesn't go much higher than what we've seen right here. And, well, look what's happening right now. It's just going above that like it's nothing. And RSI is quite overbought like what we've seen right here. I'm just saying, you know, hey, it could go up higher. Maybe we see another catalyst or something. Or maybe the growth stocks start moving. But I would be very careful right now with all the upside that we've seen with Lucid Group, right? It hit that level right here. I said it was a nice buying opportunity at 15. Well, we're already up 85%. I mean, how much more gains do you want in the short term? Like, this is like, if you bought right in this zone and you're still not selling, I mean, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Just my opinion. At this point, right? With an 85% gain. Gara, will you consider selling your Chinese stocks if they do not recover today? No. I'm going to sell my Chinese stocks if I think that the fundamentals are deteriorating faster than expected. That's where I would sell. I don't care about the price. The price can go lower. Alibaba could go to $100 for all I care. What really matters is that the fundamentals are strong. Because if the fundamentals are strong, Alibaba could drop to $100 and it could bounce all the way back up to $200 because we know that the fundamentals are strong. The irrationality in the stock market is temporary. It's not going to prevail long term. And so what we're seeing right now with Baba and DIDI and everything else, that's fear. That is pure fear and panic. I don't think fear and panic are going to last in the market. I think what's going to outlast it is going to be rationality. Like, okay, you know, Baba's still making a bunch of money. They're growing very fast. They've got a lot of cash flow. At some point, it's going to bounce back. But that could definitely take a long while. You know, hey, worst case, it goes to $100. But does that matter for me? No, it doesn't, because short term, I think even if it goes to $100, it's gonna get back to $200 and $250 because of the good fundamentals. But yeah, we'll have to see if that's gonna stand. Because if the fundamentals deteriorate, ultimately, I would say the stock is going to be valued less. It's all about the fundamentals. So long as the fundamentals are good, nothing else matters, in my opinion. Let's take a look what's happening with Tencent. Tencent is up 0.6%. BYD flat. Baidu is up 1.3%. Seems like the Chinese stocks are doing pretty well today. Is the Hang Seng index open today? It's up 0.5%, but I think it was September 21st. No, it was closed, right? China A50. China A50 is up 1.1%. I mean, I would say that's all right. Russell's still pulling back. Yeah, the Russell's still pulling back right now. 0.73%. It was up almost a percentage point. Now down 1/4 percentage point. Nasdaq is still pulling back. Let's check the S&P futures. S&P pulling back even further. Look at that red candle. Oh boy, this could very well be markets going negative again. I'd say the probability is low that it's going to go negative, but that's just me. It's just going to be volatile, right? Because look at the VIX. The VIX is still sitting at 22.6. VIX ain't moving anywhere. It's still sitting at 22.6. The VIX is chilling. Obviously, that indicates that there's a lot of volatility in the markets. Isn't Paul talking? Yeah, Paul is talking today, and we're going to be covering that in about, let's say about 5 hours from now. 6? No, not 6. It was 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's where we're going to be covering Jerome Powell's speech, the press conference at the FOMC, which is going to decide a lot of what's going to be happening in the coming time. It's going to be exciting. Dollar is kind of going flat right now, right before the FOMC. Noticing that. U.S. oil is spiking big time. That could be carrying the markets right now. Palantir up 1%. Look at that, 26.87. Big Tech, Apple up 0.6%. Microsoft up 0.5%. Facebook, oh my god, that is insane. Facebook is down 2.7%. You what? No way. That is insane. It's also breaking the trend. I mean, we've had a trend for like months, and it's breaking the trend. We're going to get some cheap Facebook shares, boys and girls. Cheap Facebook shares coming up. That was the trend, and it's broken it. And that was the trend since March. It's been like a while, right? So, ooh, interesting. Interesting. Shiny object. I like it. Facebook down 2.6% right now. I don't know what the reason is. There's probably some bad news coming out about Facebook. I'm going to take a look at and see what that bad news is. If it's like, I don't think it's going to be something substantial. I haven't seen anything on the news yet. It's down 3 percentage points. Damn. That is rough. Yeah, SoFi's going up. We were expecting SoFi to go up. It's going to go higher. It's going to go much higher. We said it's going to be right here. Breakthrough. We go to $16, $17. $17. And yeah, I think it's going to go to $20 eventually in the coming months. Oh, it's already sitting at 16. We've hit that price target. Okay, that is awesome. If it breaks 16, I mean, the sky is the limit. This is big resistance right here. You can see how often we struggled around 16 in the past. If it breaks 16, I mean, we're heading up much, much higher. I mean, this could get very, very interesting. Anyway, let's get back to Facebook. Facebook is interesting. I like Facebook. I think Facebook is going to do well in the next decade. That's my opinion. It's going down pretty fast. Look at that. Wow. That must be taking a toll on the NASDAQ slightly. I mean, Facebook is huge. Oh, yeah, there are lawsuits going on with Facebook and whatnot. It stops working with all Australian companies. What? That is weird. Why the hell are they doing that? It's down 3.3%. Damn. It's still heading down. I'm telling you, I will be buying the dip on Facebook. I like it. They make tons of money, and they're growing very, very fast. I just want to see the stock to be quite a bit more cheaper than what we currently have. I mean, it's still only down 10%, right? Preferentially, I would love to buy some Facebook around, hopefully we can get back to $300. I would love to buy some Facebook at $300. I think right now it's still kind of expensive. It's expensive in relation to other stocks that I like. Well, let's hope this is going to continue, but it looks people are already starting to buy the dip right here for Facebook. Yeah. But yeah, Facebook, man, I like this stock. I think it's going to do well. It's just some short-term bad news that it's having. See what's happening to Baba. Baba's starting to come down. DIDI still heading up, 1.7%. That's nice. Virgin Galactic, 0.5%. Netlist is going up another 5.1%. Robinhood up 2%. Uber is going up 2%. Path is suffering. It's just, I can't believe it. SoFi is still doing good, sitting at 16. And these SPACs are just going flat like always. Oh, by the way, guys, let me know in the live chat which stocks you would like me to cover. Let me know in the live chat. Type it out. I'll be covering your favorite stocks on the charts. And I'll do some technical analysis. So let me know right now. The markets are going to open up in about 5 minutes from here. So let me know in the chat. Hit that like button. Smash that like button. Let's get to 150 likes. Let's get there. Once we hit 150, we're going to do another questions and answers session. And you can ask me any question. I'll be answering every single of your questions. Check the indices. Indices are coming back up. There we go. Although the Nasdaq is suffering, I think it's probably because of what's happening with Facebook at the moment. It's just plummeting like incredibly fast. Oh boy. Just in, Facebook says Apple's new privacy updates are hurting its ad business, causing headwinds for the third quarter. Oh, there you go. That's the problem. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense because, as you guys might know, Facebook, their main business is... That's a lot of noise. Their main business consists of just, you know, pretty much displaying ads for other companies. And if that business gets hurt, well, that's like their main revenue getting hurt. And because of Apple cracking down on these privacy issues, well, Facebook is obviously gonna get hurt big time because that's their main revenue source. And they're now saying that it's actually having an impact on their balance sheet and everything. That is horrible. We got 3 more minutes left. 3 more minutes left. Just quickly checking what's happening there. It's unbelievable how Baba is just going down for a year. I remember buying some Baba right in this zone. Selling it somewhere here, but it's an unfortunate situation right now with Alibaba. 2 minutes. 2 minutes until market open. Let me just quickly see which stocks we want to take a look at here. Helion, Palantir, C3.ai, Sava, Uber, Netlist, Wish, Jumia, Facebook, Neo, Physio. We'll take a look at these stocks right after the opening bell. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think in the meantime, it would be nice to take a look at what's going to happen here with... you know what? For this time, I'm actually interested in what's going to happen with Alibaba. We're sitting at a very crucial support level. Obviously, we're going to take a look what's happening with other stocks as well. But I am genuinely curious what's happening here. If it pulls back below 150, then this stock is going to go straight down to 130. Meaning it could go down like 10 or 15% even at this level. Let's see what's happening. So we got 1 more minute. 1 more minute until the market opens up. Smash that like button like you've never smashed before. That'd be very appreciated. Hit that like button right now. Couple seconds left. VIX is still sitting pretty high. The dollar heading up. Russell's heading up. Nasdaq starting to go lower. There we go. Market's about to open up. Here we're looking at Tesla, Neo, etc. So when it opens up, we'll see what happens instantly. Here we go. Markets are opened. And here we go with the opening bell. See what happens. Alibaba opening up green. Tesla up 0.5%. Neo up 1%. Lucid Group hitting $28. Look at that. Up 4.6 percentage points. Still going higher. Sitting at 28 right now. And Alibaba is just going flat. Nothing really happening short term. Let's take a look what's happening with Lucid. Look at that massive candle. Sitting at 28.12. Oh my gosh. That is insane. Lucid is up 5% and it's still going higher. That is insane. Absolutely brutal. 28.18, 28.12, 28.20. Still, like I said, it could pull back at any moment right now because it's just been flying so incredibly high. When people decide to take profits, you know, it's going to go down back to like 25, maybe 26. Short term. Let's see what's happening with the indices. Russell is spiking up a percentage point. Nasdaq up 0.4%. S&P up 0.4%. Russell is doing pretty good. Dow Jones up 0.5%. Look what's happening here. Virgin Galactic is up a percentage point. Netlist up 5.7%. Robinhood up 2.5%. SoFi still up 4.8%. Uber up 1.7%. These are the growth stocks that are doing pretty good. Here we go. 28.12 was hit again, I think. All right, that is fantastic. I mean, I'm very happy with this. Holy moly. I got a small amount of Lucid Group. I got like a couple $100 in Lucid. And I bought like 20% to the downside, sitting around 23, 24-ish. Just a small amount for my growth index that I made recently. DIDI is up 2%. BABA is up 1.1%. We're seeing the Chinese stocks take off finally. Right? Finally, we're seeing some kind of upside with the Chinese stocks. Although, you know, it could go down any second. You never know. The Fed. Yeah, the Fed is going to speak in about 5 hours from now. So we're going to be covering that at 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the Fed is going to speak. At least the press conference is going to be then. There you go. Selling pressure coming in. That's about 1.5% to the downside. Selling, selling, selling. Everybody's selling like crazy because Lucid Group has been going up substantially. Look at that red. Look at the red candles. Oh my god. That is wild. This is insane. Sitting at 27.4. Was this the rally? Is this it? It looks like it was. Looks like it was. Down 3% from the top. It's selling off like crazy. Yeah, there we go. 27.2. Still falling to the downside. Remember, I warned about this seconds ago where, hey, if it hits that resistance zone, very high probability it could pull back. But yeah, who knows? We'll see. Sitting at 27 right now. Down 4.2% from the top. Sitting at 26.9. It just keeps on falling, right? 4.5% from the top. Could go negative at any moment. Now let's see what's happening with Tesla. Tesla's up 0.4%. NIO is up 1.3%. XPeng up 0.4%. Li Auto up 0.9%. Nothing significant. C3 is up 1.4%. Palantir up 1.8%. Lovely. Let's see what's happening with C3.ai. Nothing significant there. Just a big gap. It's going to be filled to the downside again. Palantir, look at that strength. Sitting at 27.11. Lovely. Looks like we're going to head up much higher than that. Yep, I think that could be the case. Maybe fill the gap at 28.5. Who knows? Looking at what's happening with big tech. Facebook, as you might know, had some bad news. Going down 2.6%. Other big tech companies up about 0.5%. BNGO Nano Dimensions barely up. That is nasty. Netlist is spiking 5.7%. Robinhood is spiking 4.3%. We were bullish on Robinhood. There you go. Heading up, sitting at 44. Uber going up 2.6%. Remember, we were bullish on Uber, sitting at 38, now sitting at 45. Yesterday, sitting at 43. So, well, I think yesterday was sitting at like 44. And still going higher. I think it's going to go straight back to 50. For sure. No doubt about that. If you don't believe me, by the way, that we've been calling these stocks out, just watch yesterday's stream. Watch the stream that we had before yesterday. There's evidence, right? It's like every single time I say something and we're right, we're actually right because we've been doing technical analysis, we've been doing fundamental analysis, macroeconomic analysis, and I've been wrong plenty of times too. So everything is on video. So if you want to see, there's plenty of stocks I've been wrong with, but recently we've been right very frequently. And it's mainly because the growth stock momentum is actually heading up. So any growth stock out there, if you say it's going to go up, it's most likely going to go up. SoFi up 6.3%, killing it right now. About to go above that $16 resistance, like properly go and exceed that level. That would be beautiful. Let's see. Virgin Galactic up 0.4%. Helion is starting to... Helion has just been underperforming, really. Baba is just... look at it. It's just crazy. Look, it's only up 1% after being down 52%. It's crazy. Let's see what's happening to the technicals here. The MACD is about to cross on Alibaba, so that's looking very, very good. Yet we're not seeing any kind of momentum in the stock. Very low volumes, and stock is sitting at 151.7. Honestly, I think it has the capacity to fill the gap to 158, 159 today. So we'll see if that happens. DIDI is slowly coming down. Was up 2%, now down, sitting at 1.5% to the upside, 7.72. Interesting developments. Now let's get back to Lucid. Lucid is falling. Also warned about this because, well, I've been saying this for some time, that it's already up about 85%. I mean, what do you want? Do you want it to go up 200%? That's not going to happen. Not with the current fundamentals. And similar to last time, right? It got overbought, and then it came back down. And it's very overbought right now. It's going to come back down. MACD is sitting at similar levels, even higher than those levels. And frankly, I believe there's going to be a lot of selling. And it's already down about 6% from the top. I think we're probably going to get back to 25, 26 and bottom out there. So there's a little bit more downside coming, I think. So yeah, Lucid Group down a percentage point, sitting at 26.5. People are taking profits like crazy. It is notable, but it does make sense. I mean, this stock has gone up quite significantly, and we're seeing some profit taking. People are taking some capital off the table, and we're filling the gap completely. Right, the gap is completely filled, down almost 7% from the top. Nice. I'm happy for the people that are able to sell at these higher prices. That's why I'm saying, hey, nice. I mean, most people were holding the bag on this, and they're finally able to sell the stock. I mean, that is great, right? Look at that. NASDAQ coming down, S&P coming down. Russell is spiking big time, while the other indices are coming down. Let's go. This is a rallying growth, really. Alibaba going up 1.4%. Like I said, the MACD was going to cross. DIDI up 1.8%. SoFi up 7.3 percentage points. Robinhood up 4.3% on the rumor that there's going to be a crypto wallet coming out soon. Gorgeous. UiPath is still suffering. That is very sad to see. Very sad. Your screen is too high. Yeah, it is definitely too high. I'm going to try to look at this screen that we have right in front of me. Lucid Group is down, sitting at 26.3. And it's sitting at just going lower and lower, down 2%. People are taking profits. Yep, still seeing that happen here. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. It might be a buying opportunity right now, given the fact that it's just been going down so much. Yeah, but we're getting closer and closer to support, right? This is a support range right here around 26. So we're seeing a little bit of buying pressure coming into the stock. Some people buying right now. Will it hold up? I don't think so. I think it could sell a little down, a little bit further than that. And if we take a look at what's happening here... Gara, would you buy DIDI at these levels? Yes, 100%. I love DIDI right now. I love the stock at the moment. It's sitting so incredibly cheap. I mean, look at this market cap. It's sitting at a 37 billion market cap. They've got like 20 billion in revenue. I mean, come on. But then again, their fundamentals are deteriorating right now, so I'm staying away from it for the time being. I have plenty of stock in DIDI. I might buy a little bit more if it goes lower, but for now I'm just staying away from it because I've already got like a good chunk of DIDI in my portfolio. And with the Evergrande risk, I mean, it's getting so incredibly risky. Let's see. Alrighty. Alibaba up 1.3%. DIDI is up 2%. Baidu up 2.3%. BYD is up 2.8%. Tencent up 2.5%. Gara, if I donate, can you please get a haircut today? Actually, I've been very, very busy with getting my stuff ready for the new office. I'm gonna be moving out for the office very soon. It's gonna be the 1st of October. I had to get stuff for that's my main focus right now. I don't truly care about my haircut at the moment, but I'll get a haircut, no problem. AI, Palantir, both up 1.2%. I still don't get it. It's like, why don't people like AI right now? Let's just look at the 30 minutes right now. Yeah, all these lines, it's so disgusting. Let me delete everything. Cool. Right, so Neo is still trending upwards. I think Neo is still very cheap, so fill this gap at least, right? Get back to 37. Neo up 1.3%. Tesla sitting at 740. Xpeng up 0.9%. Li Auto up 1.4%. AI is starting to move up as well, 1.5%. Palantir up 1.5%. Baba up 1.4%. Also starting to move. On the 4-hour chart, the MACD is about to cross. So this is nothing. I think we're going to see more upside. It looks like we're going to see much more upside on Baba. It seems like that is going to be the case here. Really. Let's get back to Lucid Group. Let's see what's happening with Lucid Group. Oh my god, look at that. Lucid Group is falling. Still falling. Sitting at 26, down 2.8%. What the hell is happening? So this is the support zone around 26, and it's breaking that support zone right as we speak. You can see right here what's happening. MACD is crossing like mad. Looks like there's more room. Looks like there's more room left to the downside. Really. Yeah. Although down 2.7%, but it's, you know, from top to bottom, it's down 7.8%. Just saying, you know. And why is this happening? Well, the Nasdaq is going lower, S&P is heading lower, even the Russell coming down slightly. I think the primary reason is just like people want to take profits. They're taking profits like crazy. That's what's happening right now. Sitting at 26.2 and heading down lower. Let's see if we see any differences, anything up. AMC sitting at 38.5. Big Tech is going down. Microsoft heading down. Google heading down. Amazon heading down. Oh boy. Facebook is heading down lower. Speaking of haircuts, Big Tech coming up with a haircut. I mean, everything is pulling back. Yet the Chinese stocks are doing well today. And that's basically because of the news about Evergrande. I think they were able to pay back some debt. I think it was something like that. Or the, what is it? The interest that they have to pay in the bonds. So that's good. Man, this channel is dead. It's becoming worse every day with the same BS. Guess what? You have been banned. See you later, mate. Yeah, I don't like that negativity. Get the hell out of here. Let's see. Robinhood is up 5.8% still. Wait, hold up. Robinhood is up 5.8%. It was up 4% moments ago. Damn. Let's go. Robinhood about to hit 45 and up 6.1%. It's still heading up. And I've been bullish on this stock. Remember, Robinhood was sitting at $39, $40. I told you guys that this stock was going to jump up very fast, that the payment for overflow situation was not going to impact the stock too significantly, that it was already priced in for the most part. And look what's happening. Robinhood is spiking big time. It's, you know, the major reason for this happening is because of the crypto wallets. That was a big catalyst for Robinhood so far. SoFi sitting at 16.35, also heading up. One of the stocks I've been very bullish on as well. This is growth stocks taking off again. Look at that. The Russell is up 1.22%. If that is not a growth stock rally, then I don't know what is. C3, even C3 is up. Like, what the hell? Let's see, Alibaba spiking right now. Yes, finally some upside. Alibaba up 1.8%. DIDI up 2.5%. Now let's see if we can keep this up, right? Let's see if we can keep this up here for the Chinese stocks. That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely. I just want Alibaba to get back to 160. Just get back to 160. Once it goes above 160, we're just heading up. We're just heading up. Because what people are afraid of is like it's the common thought of a stock that's going down. It's like, what if I buy this stock and the stock goes down again? And so people want to see that reassurance, right? Once we're past that phase, that's when most people want to buy in. And we're not there yet for Alibaba. We need to go above. We need to hit that 160, consolidate, and that's when the majority of people want to buy at, I think. I bought some at 150. I'm a risky person, so don't do what I do. You know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I bought a lot of Alibaba at 150. We'll see if it's going to work out. I think 150 is a strong support for Alibaba, so that's why I bought some. DIDI is up 2.5%, sitting at $7.8 per share. Not a whole lot happening here, but you know, it's better than nothing, I guess. Wow, Netlist up 8.6%. Holy damn! Today's a lovely day. Absolutely gorgeous day. When is the Fed meeting? The Fed meeting is going to be 2:30 p.m. We're going to cover the Fed meeting together. We're going to watch Jerome Powell speak. We're going to watch him tell us that the tapering is going to get delayed and or it's going to be announced next time, or if it gets announced, it might get you know, we might see the tapering in January or December, hopefully. If that doesn't happen, then obviously markets are going to suffer. At least that's what I think, because markets are now expecting the tapering to be later than expected because of the because of the mess that's happening around COVID, because what's happening with the job market, because what's happening with the stock market, what's happening with Evergrande, what's happening with the debt ceiling. There's a lot of negative things going on, and that could maybe indicate that, hey, Jerome is going to be like, you know, we're not gonna think about tapering, which, well, we'll have to see. SoFi is up 8.1%. Netlist is up 10%. Robinhood pulling back slightly, but still up 5.2%. Uber, look at that. Uber not stopping, sitting at 46, up 4 percentage points. What can I say? DIDI up 2.8%. I think DIDI is benefiting from the rally that Uber is having, obviously. The ride-hailing stocks are all going up, I think. Let me take a look at this. Lyft is lifting up 1.5%. And let's take a look. Oh, wow. Neo up 1.8%. One of the stocks that I'm bullish on. Neo, I'm telling you, this stock is looking so sweet right now, 35.5. I like Li Auto as well, XPeng as well. The three of those, I think, that are going to rally big time. C3.ai also doing pretty good, up 2%. Palantir up 1.5%. Big tech is kind of suffering, with Facebook taking the lead in the suffering. Oh my god, that is crazy. Facebook down 4 percentage points. I'm gonna be buying the dip right now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna buy like a small amount of Facebook. Hold up. I'll buy like $500 of Facebook shares. It's not a lot, but you know. I'll be dollar cost averaging on this bad boy for the coming time. Alright, I got $1,000. I got $1,000 of Facebook at around 344, which is still not really a support, to be honest. But I couldn't get myself to not buy it right now. You know, it's down about 11% right now, so might as well. Meet Kevin are buying on the dip right now. Meet Kevin is late. Meet Kevin is late if he's buying right now. The dip was yesterday. It was the day before that. It was last week. That was the dip. Although, you know, prices are still sitting pretty fine. You know, UiPath is pretty awesome right now, sitting at 53.1. But, you know, yesterday it was sitting at 51. It's not too late to be buying the dip at the moment. But I'm telling you, like, Uber was sitting at 40, at 38. Now it's sitting at 46. Like, some of these stocks are already spiking. So I think the people that are buying right now are maybe a little too late. Look at that. Alibaba was sitting at 150. Now, heck, it was sitting at 149. Now sitting at 153.3. Up 2.1%. And this is just probably the beginning, right? I think Alibaba's going to go up way more than that. DIDI up 3.3%. The people that didn't buy the dip yesterday and the day before that, they're going to regret that a lot. I was buying through all the bearishness, through all the fear, and everybody was mocking me for buying. And look what's happening right now. It's crazy. But that's always how it works. It's like right when nobody wants to buy, when you buy, everybody calls you crazy. And look what's happening. Look what's happening to the markets. Are they green? Are they green right now? Yeah, they're green. Cryptos. Although, like I said before, yes, we hit a support level on the indices. Yes, stocks are bouncing. If Jerome Powell does not delay the taper, everything is going to go down. Everything is going to collapse. Just saying. Just so you know. China Evergrande is up. No. Is it up 45%? No. Okay, wait. Hold up. Are you talking about the... Oh my god. That is good news. That is very good news. It seems like the situation with Evergrande is being resolved as we speak. Although we're not quite there yet. I think we're going to get there. At some point. Let's see. Li Auto going up 3 percentage points. Neo going up 2%. Xpeng going up 1.7%. Netlist up 13 percentage points. Right as we speak. SoFi still up 7.5%. Uber up 5%. Robinhood almost up 5%. Alibaba is falling at 153. I mean, what the hell? Come on, man. Give us some juice. We need to get back above to the 159. DIDI's BS. I don't think DIDI is BS. I think their app has to get back on the store. And once their app is back on the app store, it's going to just skyrocket. So we're just going to have to wait for that. We'll have to wait for that. I don't buy any. It looks like March 2021. It's not. It's not like March 2021 because guess what's happening? The 10-year is sitting on 1.3. It's flat. It's not going up. It's flat. The value stocks have been going up. The big tech stocks have been going up. Capital is available for other stocks. Earnings are still pretty good. Stocks were oversold. Back in March, stocks were at overbought levels. They were topping out. Stocks right now, the growth stocks that we're talking about, that we have been talking about, they're oversold. They're down 70%. They're down 60%. Down 50%. It's not similar. This time it's different. It is, because on every single metric, it is different. Oh, I've been waiting for a very long time for this. 6 months. More than that, actually. Probably 7 months or something. Yeah, we'll have to see. Their founder left. No. Not their founder. Their co-founder left. Their founder is sitting right at the board. It's going to be fine. I believe that DIDI is going to be fine. The co-founder is about to leave. But the founder of the company is still there. And they still have a massive market share in ride-hailing industry in China. I think they'll do good. I don't think they're going to do bad. It's just a matter of time before their app is going to get back online. And then things are going to get back on track. You're right, but I am afraid tomorrow's going to drop again even further. Yeah, that's the argument that I was making, right? People don't want to buy when everything is bleeding out because they're afraid that when they buy, it's going to bleed down further. Well, guess what? That's the paradox. When stocks are looking like they're going to bleed down further, that's the best time to be buying. It's a paradox. That's when the hedge funds buy. That's when the big institutions, the smart investors, that's when they buy. Because they're dollar cost averaging. They're not going all in. Most of retail goes all in. They go all in. And that's why they lose a lot of money. And then when the stock goes down 20% more, they sell because they're afraid. Because what if it goes down further? Well, guess what? If you don't go all in, you're preventing this whole situation altogether. But yeah, I've been preaching this for like months now. Don't go all in. Have some capital on the sidelines. You know, that's what I do. DIDI up 3.4%. Nice, but to be really honest, I mean, we have a long way to go. Even with Alibaba right here. I mean, look at this. We're getting 2.4%. But look at this. I mean, we're not getting anywhere. We're still down more than 50%. But yeah, this is a good start. Net list is still up. See what's happening with the indices. The Russell is spiking 1.5% right as we speak. Remember, I've been saying this since June. Even before that, I was like, guys, there's going to come a point where the value stocks and the big tech stocks are not going to perform as well as the small cap stocks because they're going to be overbought. Everybody's going to be they're going to have like a bunch of their portfolio inside of these sectors that are topping out while the small cap stocks just are sitting dormant, oversold, and nobody wants them. And then you see a shift happen when the CPI starts going down, when the 10-year flattens out, and we're right at that inflection point. You know, other YouTubers have been talking about this. You know, Meet Kevin has been talking about this. CNBC has been even talking about this sometimes. But I think CNBC is they go whatever the sentiment is, right? If the sentiment is bearish, it's like, oh, let's be bearish. If it's bullish, they're going to be bullish. But this is what we've been preaching for months, and it's happening right now. Although we'll have to see more upside first before we can truly say that this is like a growth stock rally. Catching a falling knife is risky. Yeah, it's risky if you're a day trader. It's risky if you're a day trader, yes. Catching a falling knife is very risky if you're a day trader. Because guess what? You want to sell it tomorrow. If you're not a day trader, if you're swing trading it, catching a falling knife is the best thing you can catch because you're getting the lowest prices or closer to the lowest prices. Although, of course, it's nice to see a little bit of a trend to the upside, but that's not guaranteed. Even if you see trend to the upside, it could break down again. So, truly, I think that if you dollar cost average at the lowest prices possible and you wait a little bit, you're going to be fine. In a bull market, right? In a bear market, that's not true. In a bear market, everything is going to keep on going down regardless of anything. But this is still a bull market. We're not in a bear market. So these rules still apply. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, it looks like Alibaba's going down again. VIX is starting to move down. I think the VIX is about to move down big time here. Tesla's heading up still. NIO's going up 2.2%. Li Auto still up 3%. C3.ai only up 1.5%. Palantir still sitting at 27, up almost 2%. And Big Tech still not going up that much, although it's starting to move up a bit more than what we've seen. Recovery stocks are heading up. Semiconductors are heading up. Big banks are heading up 2-3%. Look at that. Makes sense because they've been dropping for a while now. You can see that right here. So hitting a support level, bouncing off of that support. That's what we're seeing here with the big banks. Chevron up 3% because of oil going up, and value stocks are slightly green. Baba is up 2.3%. DIDI is up 3.8%. Baidu is up 3%. BYD is up 2%. Tencent up 1.5%. Let's see what's happening with JD.com. JD is up 4.2%. Pinduoduo up 4.5%. Wow, surprise, surprise. Chinese stocks are jumping because of what's happening with Evergrande. The situation is improving. Netlist heading up 12%. Virgin Galactic up 0.6%. Robinhood 4%. Uber 4%. SoFi 6%. Some of these stocks are slowing down now. I mean, that's a given. You can't see stocks go up forever, but interesting. Yeah, look at that. Russell up 1.4%. Fantastic. Fantastico. I'm listening to some great music. I'm having a good time. I hope everybody is having a good time. If you're having a good time, then smash that like button. Today is a fantastic day. Even if you were losing money, you're now at least seeing some green in the markets. And that's beneficial for most people out there, adding to the liquidity overall. Especially if you're using margin, right? I'm using a little bit of margin. And this is great. Seeing some of these stocks move up higher. But I have to give you a reality check. This is all great and all, but if Jerome Powell comes out and says, hey, we're going to taper next month or 2 months from now, this is all going to be for naught. Like, it's not going to matter. It's going to come back down anyway. So I'm just saying, don't have too high expectations. You don't know what could happen at the FOMC. So just saying, this could all come down again. One moment. I'm seeing the chat go crazy on the Discord. Are we streaming Powell? Yes, we're going to stream Powell. It's going to be coming up soon. By the way, if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. And make sure you hit that notification bell. I think we got like 7,000 people that hit the notification bell. We got about 27.8 thousand subscribers. That is insane. Thank you so much. That's like 7,000 people will immediately get a notification for the streams. That is just beautiful. It's a very high percentage of the actual subscribers. So yeah. Ah man, Baba's struggling again, which is kind of strange given the fact that it's just been going down for like forever. You'd think people would want to buy the dip right now. Buy now, at least. MACD is crossing on Baba, but yet not a whole lot is happening here. UK gas crisis. I have never heard about that. We see a little green candle and it's not budging. That is unfortunate. Netlist still green. Path is about to go positive. Interesting. About to go positive on Path. Robinhood, Uber is coming down. SoFi still heading down. What's happening with the index? Index is heading down as well. S&P is starting to move. Look at that. S&P jumping. NASDAQ jumping now. Looks like everything is going up now. What we had previously is the Russell was up like 1.5%. Everything else was kind of laying dormant. And now we're seeing all the indices going up together, which is a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Palantir up 2.2%. Big tech is going up higher. Apple taking the lead, up 1.1%. Facebook still down 3.4%. I want to see what's happening with Disney. What is happening with Disney right now? Disney is jumping 1.6% after bottoming out, up 2.8% from the bottom. And oh my god, Alibaba's about to pull back. The Russell is pulling down. Yeah. People taking profits, eh? Any new ideas on Tesla end of the year? I think end of the year we're going to get close to the all-time high. I've been saying this for almost 6-7 months. And I'm going to say it again. We're going to get close to that all-time high, maybe breach it slightly. And that has been my opinion. It's going to remain to be my opinion. Yeah, Alibaba's not going anywhere. Let's see. Oh, wow. Palantir. Palantir jumping again, up 2.5%. That's just crazy. Every time the markets go down, it's Palantir heading up. It's so crazy. You see that? Russell? Okay, Russell's actually not going down. Okay, so Palantir's just going up right now. Netflix up 2.9. What? The hell is happening there? It might be because Disney went down. So people could diversify in Netflix or anything else out there. Other streaming platforms. Yeah, MACD is crossing there, so. I mean, Netflix had some good news recently. So I've been bearish on this stock. I've been saying that, hey, if Netflix does not diversify their markets, like if they don't actually enter a new market near term, I think the stock's going to go down to like $300. And they are indicating that they're heading into the gaming sector, the streaming of gaming, I think. Come on, Apple. Yeah, Apple is doing good. It's doing all right. The iPhone, I think the iPhone 13 is going to do quite good. Although from everybody I hear it like, oh no, it's not going to do good. I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to do good because everybody has money, and the iPhone 13 is quite a bit better than the iPhone 12. Although the design is not much different. Just because the design is not much different doesn't mean anything. The design is still beautiful. It's still a gorgeous design. I mean, why would you change something that works? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they didn't change the design that much. Well, guess what? It's because the design is really good. People like the design a lot. Don't change something that works. I am a little bit sad about the fact that they did not change the design of the Apple Watch. I thought the corners were not going to be round. They're going to be flat. They didn't do that. So that's unfortunate. Because I would love to have it with the flat corners. I think it looks good. Aesthetically pleasing. That's what Apple is about, right? Pleasing people's aesthetic opinions or something, right? They should have done that. Although I like the fact that they increased the size of the screen. That is very helpful. I've got an Apple Watch myself, and the screen at times, I mean, it could be a bit annoying to see what's happening on the screen. But if it's like 20% bigger, that helps. I'm telling you, I still think Alibaba's going to do well. After all that downside, after all the bleeding, after all the regulations, all the bullying, and yet the fundamentals are still good. I mean, come on, man. I mean, look at this. Look at this, right? You see this downturn right here? This was the whole Corona downturn. Just to compare. This is the downturn that we had in Corona. Just to compare, right? Only the downturn that we had right here when Jack Ma was missing, that was enough to be like a 1-to-1 comparison to the Corona downturn. And then we have this. obviously after all the regulations that happened. It's crazy. It is just overblown. It's not like the company's going anywhere at this point. This is worse than the corona. It's not. It simply is not. This is not worse than corona. You're kidding me if you're saying that. This is worse than corona? You're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. Corona is the worst thing that happened to the market since probably '08. The only reason the only reason corona has been not as negative is because of all the money printing. If the Fed would have not printed all that money, if the rates were still sitting higher, believe me, we would have been in a depression scenario. We would have been straight up depression scenario, and trust me, like that would have been ugly. The only reason it was we were able to recover out of that is because of the money printing. And they're still printing money to this day. It didn't go up because of corona. It went up because of the money printing. They could have also decided to not print the money, and then the markets would have collapsed. People forget. You know, I was there when it happened. I was in the markets. I was playing the market. Wait, right here. Remember what happened. The markets had the fastest decline ever on record. Look at this. Imagine today the markets would just drop that much. I mean, that would be crazy, right? The only reason this decline stopped was because the Fed came out and said, hey guys, we have infinite amount of money and we can print all of it and we're going to support the markets. And they actually did. They ended up printing like 100 billion a month. They kept interest rates at 0. Of course, it's going to bounce back. But if it wasn't for that, and yes, it's a choice. They could have said, hey, we're not going to do it. But they did do it. So, corona is absolutely the worst thing that happened the past decade. You can't just be like, oh, no, that's not the case. It is the case. It is the worst thing that's happened for the economy. So they call it a health crisis for a reason. It's a crisis, right? And the same goes for Alibaba. It affected Alibaba big time. But then you had the money printing, interest rates staying very, very low, etc. Corona brought lots of new people to the stock market. Yeah, of course. I mean, if the Fed is like printing money, of course they're going to come to the markets because they can't save. That's the problem. There's no yield. You can't save money because if you save money, it's going to lose value because there's inflation, because there's no yield. That's why regular Joes, regular people are going to go into the stock market because they want to see some yield. They want their money to do something. They don't want their money to lose their value. I mean, that makes no sense. This is why the real estate market has been doing so well, because people are fed up with their money doing nothing. So they're buying properties, they're renting them out, they're getting into the stock market, they're buying risky stocks, buying AMC, GME, etc. It's because people can't find any yield. And it's not just people, normal people. It's the institutions, it's the hedge funds, everybody. And that's fueling this massive rally that we've seen in the real estate market, in the bond market, in the stock market, everything. And guess what happens when yields go up? You don't want to know. You don't want to be there. When yields go up, when the bond rates, when the interest rates are going to go up, you want to not be there. It's going to be ugly. It's going to get very, very ugly. Yeah, 2 p.m. 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., Powell's going to speak. We're going to cover that, and it's going to be exciting. It will be very, very exciting. But yeah, it's a ticking time bomb. I think I truly believe all the markets out there, the real estate market, the bond market, commodity markets, the stock market, every single market out there is, at this moment, it's a ticking time bomb. I think we're in a everything bubble. Michael Burry has said this before. I think he's going to be right about this as well. Why are we in an everything bubble? Because there's no yield. People are desperate. They have to put their money somewhere, and they'll do it irrationally. They'll keep on buying properties. They'll keep on buying stocks. They'll keep on buying bonds like crazy, like it's pretty much 1999 or 2008, because they've got no choice. your money is going to get devalued by inflation. So what choice do you really have? And in my opinion, that's irrational, because guess what? Inflation does stop at some point. At least the increasing rate of inflation stops. And markets are going to be leveraged up, and at some point they deleverage. And when do they usually deleverage? It's when the tightening happens, when the Fed strangles the markets, when the Fed strangles liquidity. When does that happen? When they tighten by raising rates, when they taper, when they raise rates. And that's when you don't want to be in the markets. You want to be far away from the markets. So it's a ticking time bomb. At some point, rates are going to get raised. It's going to happen. And that's what people forget. It's going to happen. It's not something that will never happen. And the markets are very frothy right now. It's like they're pricing in rates staying low forever. That's what's happening with the markets. And that's why they're able to go higher and higher and higher and higher. Because people think rates are going to stay low forever. And then once it's not the case, once the Fed is indicating like, hey, we're going to raise rates next year, then the market is going to freak the hell out. It's going to panic, and people sell off like freaking crazy again. Just to get it out there, because I don't think a lot of people know this, and I don't think a lot of people are getting this information. People are hurting. They're hurting because they can't get any yield. They can't. Remember, back in the day, my parents told me, Gara, I was like 6, 7 years old. Gara, you put your money in a bank account, and then the bank is going to pay you 1% or 2%. We don't have that anymore. Back when my parents were 20 years old, they could put their money in a bank account. They could get like 5 to 10% on an annual basis. We don't have that anymore. Times have changed big time. And we have negative rates. In Europe, we have negative rates going on right now, which is just pretty nutty. But it's like the ECB, the central bank, is giving you money to borrow money. Yeah, that's the situation. And that's causing these markets to go up, and that's why I think there's going to be a massive market correction / market crash down the road when the taper comes and when the interest rates goes up. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Look at the 10-year yield. We can look at the history of this. I mean, we have got an historical chart. Back then, people could still save money. You see this? Rates were much, much higher. And what's really funny is that rates came down a lot, yet the stock market has barely gone up since then. It's tripled. It's like, oh wow, the market's tripled. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal considering the fact that rates actually jumped down significantly. I don't know. It's just anyway, I'm not going to rant much further. We'll talk about this on another time. Yeah, the reason I'm saying that it was difficult for the markets back in the .com and before that was rates were very high. People were incentivized to put their money in saving accounts and whatnot, and the incentive to put it into the stock market was not that high because you could just put it in a saving account and you'd be fine. But then came the .com. We had new technologies and everything, and it just jumped up again. And right here we have new technologies again, and guess what's happening? Massive rally in the markets. That's the point. We will pay for having money in our bank account. It is the case. It's already the case. Negative interest is the bank is asking you fees to save money in your savings account. Yeah, it is. You have to pay the bank for them to save your money. And you know what the key word right now is? Risk. Risk. The big banks, they're printing money. They are printing money, right? They know money is getting devalued. Why don't they accept your money? Why do they not want your money? Because remember, banks back in the day, they would beg for your money. They're like, please give me your money. You'll get an interest rate on that. And nowadays, it's like, they don't want your money because it's devaluing very fast. And so they're taking a risk by keeping your money safe. And so they want a fee for that. Let's see, how is the portfolio doing? Yeah, it's doing all right. That's good. Ooh. What can we buy? You can't buy anything because everything is pricey. Everything is heading up. So it's more like you got to be diversified. That's the thing. That's a thing that people don't understand. When everybody, when everybody is buying everything, you want to be both diversified in the things that people don't want to buy, and in the things that people do want to buy, and hope that everything goes all right. Because you cannot predict which asset class is going to go down first. You can't predict that. And Ray Dalio has been saying this for decades. It's like you want to be diversified in bonds, in stocks, in commodities, in real estate. You want to have all of it. And then when one sector goes down, it's like, phew, I didn't put all my money in there. So I'm not suffering as much as the people that put all their money in there. There's just a lot of uncertainty long term. And the funny thing is that if one sector goes down, let's say stock market crashes, well, the real estate crashes then later on, or just corrects, and it has a big impact on everything else. Although usually bonds and stocks are kind of the opposites of each other in some sense. So if you want to be really safe, you've got to be very diversified, and that goes cross-border, right? So you want to be diversified in globally. You want to own bonds globally. You want to own stocks globally from other companies in other countries, etc. That's how you properly diversify in other sectors. And so you don't want to be you don't just want to be in one sector, like in a tech sector. You want to be in many sectors. But that's only, I think that really counts for the people that want to preserve their wealth. For the people that have millions to billions of dollars, they want to preserve their wealth. They don't want to lose it. And that's, for them, that's really crucial. I personally am not at that stage yet. I'm taking risk and I'm trying to build my wealth. So you won't see me do those things. At this point, at least. Maybe down the road, maybe when I'm 30 or 40. Probably. Baba's coming down. Let's go. Coming down again. We got 3 negative months right here, back to back. Interesting. Can this possibly be a jump before J Powell speaks? It is. It is. Yeah. Because stocks have been going down 5% total. Tesla is heading up. Let's go. Tesla is moving to the moon. To the moon indeed. Sitting at 746.7. That is lovely, isn't it? About to fill the gap. That is absolutely fantastic. Neo still up 2.2%. Gara has 1 million. No, I don't have 1 million. No. You crazy. You crazy. You think I've got 1 million? No. One moment. What did I want to do? I think I wanted to check my portfolio. Don't buy. The market's going up now as an indicator we're going to see massive fall after the Fed press meeting. It's not. It really isn't. It's no. You're getting this wrong. People are buying right now because we've had the markets going down about 5%. So we're getting a discount We're getting a 5% discount on the markets. And it's like a coupon code. It's like, hey, 5%, there you go. And so people think that maybe if they could dollar cost average right now, that there's a possibility that the taper is not going to come. And if it doesn't come, then markets are going to go up again, I think. Okay, so will Chinese stocks bounce today? 51% says yes. Most people said no. First, though, at the beginning of the stream. And I would say also on, what is it? On my Instagram, I had a poll running, and everybody said that it was not going to bounce, yet it's bouncing today. So it's kind of interesting to see that. All right, so Netlist, wow, Netlist up 14%. That is great. That is juicy. Ooh, SoFi up 7.5%. Is jumping back up. Let's go. Hood Uber is not doing so well. Tencent, BYD, DIDI is doing great. Alibaba is just, I don't know, man. Like, it's already starting to sell, and it's barely up. Come on, man. MACD's still green though, but we'll see. Tesla is ripping, somebody said. Nah, it's not rip. It's up, maybe. It's going to be up a percentage point, but it's not exactly ripping. However, we're seeing the MACD is about to cross. RSI is heading up. Volumes are looking good. So yeah, it might actually head up and fill this gap. Back to 758. AI is doing nothing. Palantir, look at that. Palantir sitting at 27.4. That is lovely. Some good upside. Do you think C3.ai is not doing much because of its waiting for the JPL speech? No, I think it's doing nothing because I think people are used to all the negativity right now. It's just like they're not excited. People are waiting for something big to happen. And so long as we don't get anything big happening for the company, then nothing is going to happen. But I know something big is going to happen next quarter because they're going to have better earnings. DD heading down slightly. Paul S. coming in here with a $2 donation and says, I just wanted to thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that donation. Appreciate it. The market knows taper isn't going to come. We all know taper will never come. It's going to come. It's just like, when is it going to be, right? That's what we want to know. Is like, when is the taper coming? Because that's going to have an influence on the daily fluctuations of the market. And if we know when it's going to come, then we can prepare better. Unless it's going to come today. Like, I mean, I don't think they're going to say, like, oh, we're going to taper starting today. I think they're going to announce it, and then maybe in 2 months, maybe 3 months, we would get the actual taper. And keep in mind, they're not going to taper, like, all of it. They're going to taper by maybe 10, 20%, and then gradually over the months sell their, what was it? Buy less bonds, right? Let's see. Tesla's up a percentage point. That's good. Li Auto up 3.1%. XPeng up 1%. AMC, AI. Palantir up 2.7%. Damn, I love Palantir. I love this company. I mean, I've bought this stock back in the day. I bought this stock right here. I sold this stock. I mean, it's hilarious. I sold it right here. So oh my god, it's the biggest mistake I've made probably recently. In recent times, this is probably my biggest mistake. I was very much convinced that Palantir was going to go up from this zone to this zone right here. Then I sold all of it right here because I thought it was smart, you know. It's like, yes, I got a 50% gain on my stock. Yes, and CNBC is super bearish on the stock. And then came the Wall Street Bets crew, and they took it up higher. And I'm always very critical of the Wall Street Bets people. But yeah. Damn, man. Only 50% gain. It's like first world problems, right? Oh, I only had a 50% gain on my stock. But it's still doing good. I think Palantir is, fundamentally speaking, it's a rocket ship. It's gonna keep heading up. VIX is still heading down, with the markets green like no tomorrow. But you know, look at this. Like we're still, it's still looking pretty bad for the S&P. I don't think this. I don't think people are looking at this. We need to go up 2 to 3% in one go, like that. We need to see a big green candle, similar to what we saw right here and right there and right here, and we're not seeing that, and that's making me a little suspicious of all this. We're not seeing the strength that you'd expect. Although you could argue that this is, well, this right here, this drop that we had, this is kind of, you could see this as a green candle because it jumped 1% in one go. And we don't have that anywhere here. So it's not as red as you would believe. But yeah, I'm still cautious, but buying the dip every now and then is nice. Right now is not a good time to buy dip in most stocks, I would say. I think most stocks already jumped like a big time. Like a big chunk, sorry. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. Anyway, so we're going to be wrapping up this current live stream. However, we're going to be live again in roughly 3 hours from now. We're going to be covering Jerome Powell. We're going to cover the press conference at the Fomc. We'll see what happens. Maybe they taper, maybe they don't. And if they do taper, hopefully they'll taper in December. But we'll have to see. Markets are looking good right now. It's a good day for most stocks out there, even the Chinese stocks. So I hope you all having a good one. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. We're live every single day before the market opens and before the market closes. And make sure you hit the notification bell to be notified for future live streams. Check out the social media. We have an Instagram link. We have a Twitter link down below. You can join the Discord community where I'm always active and you can ask me any questions there as well. So make sure you join. And lastly, we also have a Patreon for if you want to really support the channel. And yeah, guys, have a good one. Cheers. Good luck in the markets. We'll be back in a couple hours to cover the whole FOMC happening. And yeah, I'll see you then. See you in a couple hours.